Alright.
Damn door's getting stuck.
Indeed. There's all the ice making it creaky. Would you, one of my gentlemen, want to put my steed away? Me lady?
Yes, look, man, I'll take care of it.
No, then? Or would you like to go to speak privately?
Let's go into the Great Hall. Is it just privately you wish to speak?
Yes, please.
That's fine. Walker, can you set the men to some tasks and bring us, me and my lady, some food in to feast upon while we talk afterwards. Perfect.
I don't think that's a good idea, Alexander.
No, I'm going to be eavesdropping, I think. Because that woman, she does get on my nerves, I must say.
Yes. So, me and Simon caught her on the other side of the wall yesterday, aiding the wildlings.
Yes, I'd like to see what lies she spews.
I concur.
Delicate little flower, the way my men go on about me not wearing shoes.
I know. What is the shoe story?
I just don't ever remember to put them on, and not to mention it's easier when I'm mining to, feel the different vibrations in the ground to find the best spots to pick to mine from. The metal's rich in certain areas. It's one I've picked up over the years.
Well, what's this urgent news, Elena?
It seems the Sir Baron has been to see the wildlings to trade with them.
What?
I ran into him in the north while I was looking for some penguin fat. I know, I shouldn't be past the wall, but we needed it to fulfill some orders. And as we were continuing our travels, we came across the two wildlings. I told you I spotted in the south before. And they said they'd just been to see Sir Baron, and he was after something of theirs that he wanted, apparently.
I see. Well, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I did have something that I... Go ahead, sorry.
He was on about telling you that I was up in the north, and we told the Lord Commander we have to go to the north to get the materials to make the swords and such. Yeah.
Well, it's quite interesting because I did want to bring something up with you. Not just Baron, but one of my other rangers reported to me that in the Redwoods lies a small wildling encampment. Obviously, this is close to your territory. They knew they were wildlings as they were watching them go backwards and forwards, and they had the mammoth beast with them.
Wait, there's a wildling encampment in the Redwoods?
Indeed. What's also interesting is my rangers also spotted them same mammoths being transported south of the wall on a raft. Which matches up to the time that you was in the north, Elena.
I was in the north yesterday with members of my tribe. We had my village. We had 5 horses and 5 people on a raft. Where would we have fit 2 mammoths? And anyone in my village would be able to tell you the same thing. There was no space for 2 mammoths.
This is just the report I'm hearing. I'm also hearing that you're dealing with the wildlings.
You're dealing with them in what?
In trade, I guess protection now. Maybe even bringing them south of the wall, according to my rangers' reports. So is there anything you'd care to share with me now, Elena?
Well, your rangers are mistaken, because it wasn't I who... I mean, how in the world would I even transport 2 mammoths on a raft? Not to mention, the last time I was up north was yesterday with a whole group of people on one raft, and we couldn't possibly fit 2 mammoths plus 5 mounts and 5 people.
Well, who was you with? Just people from your town?
Yes, calling. Wait, no, it was calling. No, not call. It was Alyssa, the tamer, Alakor, the farmer, Varric, my knight, myself, and our former resident, Mr. Jace Proudmore, the former wildling, now the dead wildling.
Oh. Why is he dead?
Because he displeasured me and my faith in him.
Really?
Yes, that would be his hand, the one I cut off before I killed him when he tried to steal from me.
And what about this other wildling that lives with you?
What? Other wildling? Again,
Yeah, the one that
you
cared to agree or disagree about.
Well, I have no idea what other wildling you're talking about. As I told you before, you should probably check your sources, because I've literally no idea what you're talking about, and none of my other people are wildlings, as it may be.
Where's the rest of his body, Jesus? Did you burn it?
Fed it to the bears.
Well, if you're telling the truth, then it can't be one of the wildlings in the redwoods. Also,
I honestly
when
didn't
my
know
rangers
there
were
were
spying on
wildlings
them,
in the redwoods.
oh, there is. They showed me the shack, but when I just came to, that's where I was. That's why I wasn't here. I was inspecting it for myself. Their mammoth had disappeared into thin air. Mammoths don't just disappear into thin air. You see.
Well, I've been accounted for. Mr. Matthew just let me into, how do you call it? The, Winterfell, and I was with Bash, Brood, and Rose. And then before I came, which I came to after I was here, before that, I was in my village, helping to build a brewery and gathering materials and stuff in the woods with several villagers who can attest as to where I was.
But obviously your villagers would attest to where you were. They would never betray you.
I mean, probably not, but I mean, I don't have reason to lie.
I see. Well, again, it's a very precarious situation. You're accusing one of my rangers for seeing you in the north. The same ranger, as well as one of my most trusted rangers, advised me of this report.
Well, I can't say why they think
Elena.
it's me. I honestly can't say why they would think it was me, but honestly, I don't
Are
see...
you trading with the wildlings, yes or no? Look at me in the eyes.
As I told you before, I did supply them with food and water and a couple of simple tools. But aside from that, I can't say I've really been trading anything with them. I don't have much time for trading, you know, for not the gold. I don't know if you've heard, but a large sum of gold was stolen from me just the other day. And
not.
Well, yeah, it was. I have my first suspicions on who it might be and where they might be at. And hopefully it will be handled swiftly and accordingly.
So it wasn't the
Yes.
wildling that stole it then?
Oh, no. The wildling had no access to me or the gold at any point. And I don't believe the darling even knew where I was sleeping at night. I wasn't sleeping at home.
What did he attempt to steal?
Bloody stupid as it was, a fucking shield and a crossbow that are of a better quality that I'm able to produce at will. I was actually going to talk to you about that, and I forgot to bring it with, but my shield is quite durable, even more so than that crystal shield the Baron mugs about.
I've been trying them, the Valyrians, to be honest. They're quite nice.
Well, that Valerian shield is nothing compared to the one I can produce.
See. Well, Elena, I want to believe you. I really do. You've been known to show favour to wildlings before, so I think it might be better to get it from the horse's mouth, really. So I'm going to call Sir Baron in here.
The man who was trading with them.
Indeed.
Of course he.
And I'll slay him on the spot if he's lying.
To save his ass.
Where is he? Milady, please do excuse me. I think he's over the other side of the compound, but I'll bring him in here. You have nothing to fear, and I will slay him on the spot if this is true. Now, we'll get to the truth today or not.
You wouldn't happen to have a spot of thatch, would you?
Some thatch? Not on me.
Oh,
Does anyone have any thatch?
No, don't worry. It's not that important then.
What can I do for you, Lord Commander?
Baron, Miss Elena here has advised me that you have been trading with the wildlings.
Oh,
and
really,
I also
Lord Commander? And why would I
told her
do
your
that?
counterclaim.
Because
That's
they have
what we're going to
something
get
that
the
you
battle
wanted.
of. Approach forward, both of you. Sir Baron, I just must warn you, you are speaking to a lady. We will get to the bottom of this either way. You have permission to talk.
Lord Commander. So why would I trade with the wildlings when I am here to protect the wall from the wildlings?
Because apparently they had something you wanted.
And what would they have that I would want?
A bear saddle, I believe it was. And that you were offering them all sorts of things for it. No! After we ran into you yesterday in the north, when I told you you were looking for penguin fat, we ran into Phelan and Aelith, and they said that they'd just seen you and that you'd been attempting to trade for a bear saddle that they've acquired.
Do you have any proof of this? Or is it just the wildling's word?
Well, you were up there. And they described
the reason I was up there was
party.
Because I went to your village in search of beer, and your Meister told me that you and your men went north of the wall on the raft. So I came back to Castle Black, got Simon, and we went out there, and who did we find? Heading straight for the wildling encampment, but you and your 4 men.
We were near the one that was recently destroyed, I believe, but we weren't near wherever it is they live now.
So that's why you were heading in the direction of their camp?
No, we were heading back from collecting penguin fat and other materials only found up there in great quantities. We needed crystal for our brewery to make more jars, and we needed oil, and it's easiest to be found in the north.
So, when you told us that your raft was up further up the coast behind you, and when we left you, you continued further away from it, did you not?
We ended up having to destroy the raft because it got stuck.
So, in other words, you have no proof that I made any dealings with the wildlings, but yet you were up there without the Lord Commander's permission.
And you have no proof that you weren't dealing with them, so...
Again,
Sir
I
Baron,
am here to
did you
protect.
see
Yes, Lord.
Elena aiding the wildlings? Did you see her transporting any mammoths south of the wall? Yes or no?
No, Lord Commander, I have no known, except for what Alexander told me about mammoths south of the wall. I have no knowledge of the mammoths.
Do you have any more information on this, Walker?
Well, the only information that many reports of the lady here being infatuated with the wildlings. I'm guessing rather at the point of frustrating.
my own wildling to the Lord.
She
Well,
did
what about
indeed.
your other wildling that I have confirmed reports from many other people for?
There are no confirmed reports
the
of
hand.
anything other than people mistaking someone for a wildling and perhaps not recognizing the one I've already got and assuming I
Walker,
was second.
transport this hand into storage.
If I had 2 wildlings, I'd definitely have 2 mammoths if they'd provide a layer of protection that I would be most grateful for. And yet, I've only got the one that I've now got to figure out what to do because she won't listen to a bloody thing I say. I don't speak the wildling tongue she was trained in.
Just because you only have 1 mammoth doesn't mean you have 2 wildlings.
Listen, darling, if I had 2 wildlings, I would most assuredly have 2 mammoths because who the bloody hell wouldn't want 2 of them in the village, especially when none of us have them.
From what
Lord
I've heard
Commander,
today,
I can take you to the people that have confirmed that she had 2 wildlings in her camp.
I do believe that there is 2 wildlings in her camp. Whether she's saying otherwise or not is her agenda. That's why I do believe that she might have a bigger involvement in the wildlings up in the north, just for the fact that I can feel like she's lying to me right now. Either way, there's no proof that we have that she was transporting the 2 mammoths south of the wall, and we have no proof or leads on where these mammoths are currently being held, as me and Walker just went down to check out the so-called house or encampment that the wildlings have built, and there's nothing there. It could be the fact that she's holding them, but we have no proof, so therefore we cannot judge. Although I do believe you are not sharing all the information with us, Miss Elena, with all due respect.
I mean, I've seen the village as I was up north looking for materials, and I know where they are, but aside from that, I couldn't give you more information.
Lord Commander, may I make a suggestion?
Go ahead.
We take the information we have and we take it to the king and let him deal with it, because we are not allowed to be in these politics, am I correct?
No, anything that's concerning wildlings south of the wall we can deal with, but essentially it's my idea as well. And the king should induct to deal with Miss Alana here if needs be, and we just handle the wildlings. Essentially, we just need to make sure that she's not hating them in any way, which I believe she's telling the truth in some regards, but there's a lot of it that she's missing out as well from her misdemeanor. It's a shame you don't trust us enough. Well, I don't know until you tell us, or until we find out by other means. I do believe you are hiding something, Lady Alana, but I can't quite put my finger on what.
I don't honestly know. Like, I wish I could give you more information, but my passing bys of the wildlings have been just that, passing by and acknowledging them and being unable to, as you put it, dispatch them for being wildlings. Because generally, if I'm out of the walls, I'm out gathering materials and don't generally keep too many weapons upon myself.
If you are no friend of the wildlings, then you'll bring me all the hands, or better yet, their heads, if you see them in the redwoods. It's your territory, after all. Well, close to your territory. But I don't think you'd do that, and that makes me question your motives.
Well, I'm not going to just blindly attack. I'm not going to blindly attack someone if they've done me no harm. Now, should the little bastards ever decide to steal from me, then that's a completely different story. Although, I did have some stone wall pieces go missing. We were building a brewery down by the river near our place, and we had nigh on 60 walls go missing. And I was quite assured by my builder that he didn't in fact use them, because I was going to use them to build another structure. and no one else seems to know where they've gone. Now, if you say there's wildlings there, I can only assume that they know there are several stonemasons in my village and that there are materials to be had, but I can't say it was them, and I have no idea who it could have been.
I see, well...
But honestly, we don't get much of thievery around there, just a couple of petty little incidents here or there. We were robbed from just the other day, and the bloody idiots removed their masks before they were fully gone, so we saw them, questioned them, they lied to us, and we had proof otherwise of their information, and so we pursued them. They knocked us off, knocked us out and stole from us, and we were able to track them back to their home, as we've seen them about and interacted with them several times. But you know, I can't rightly say if I've met wildlings in the redwoods. I only know of 2 homes in the redwoods. One
when was
belonging
the
to
man have started? They couldn't have gotten far. They were nowhere in the wild. Well, they were nowhere in the redwoods, which insinuates to us that someone is hiding with them, or hiding them, or again ferrying them.
Well, I mean, I have no way of getting message back to my people. If you wanted to send someone there to go and look for them, you could go right ahead. There's no one in my village aside from the people who should be there.
So if we were to come to your village right now and open up your stables, there'd be nothing in there? No mammoths, since the wildling you've got is dead?
Just the one mammoth Tara, who I don't rightly know what to do with, honestly.
You should put down such a beast if you can't control it. Only the wildlings can control it.
Well, she just doesn't like to be ridden so much as needing control, although she's been quite useful in protecting our herd of animals from the eagles that like to swoop in. So, I mean, in that aspect, she is quite useful in keeping them protected. But as for riding her, I'm quite terrified of beasts myself, but like I said, she does offer a level of protection that is quite useful.
Lord Commander, I don't think we should tolerate this mammoth being held south of the wall.
I think we should
Indeed.
slay it ourselves.
It needs to be either executed or, if you are an animal sympathizer, released north of the wall. I don't care either way. But, Elaine, if I do find out that you are holding wildlings, you do know what that would mean for you. The king
You're
would
going to
surely...
take a woman into the watch?
No. The king would surely act. So would probably all the other lords and ladies.
That's funny, considering I've seen the wildlings in the company of others. I believe you have far more northern sympathizers than you yourself would think, my lord.
If you're hinting to Winterfell there, I've heard many things from Winterfell, actually. Many things that won't be discussed right now.
I didn't say Winterfell.
You say northern, that indicates Winterfell.
Well, I meant northern as in north of the wall, considering everyone considers everyone south of the wall southerners. But,
anyone caught north of the wall will be arrested. And they'll be dealt with. Walker. We have no proof she's aiding the wildlings. I do think from her story and how she's presented herself that she is hiding something, which may be her own business. I don't know. Either way, if you are harboring wildlings or assisting or aiding them in any trades and we find out, then the king will surely hear about it, as well as all the other lords and ladies.
That's
if you see anyone,
although I don't understand why you think I was hiding anything. What have I to gain from hiding anything to do with wildlings? I've been quite upfront with my meetings with them.
Yes, you've been upfront with certain situations, but when questioned about you and your raft, you were and ahhing quite a bit. The story didn't flow. When Baron came in, you seemed quite agitated. It's just something doesn't click with me right there, and I can't quite put my finger on it. But that's just me. Usually I have a good nose of these kind of things. Usually they
Well, I
get
was
sold
bumming a
one
bit
way or
about the
other.
raft because it's quite a wonder that anyone be able to fit mammoths on a raft in the first place. And the last time I was in the north, I was with 4 other people, and how we would fit mammoths along with those people is beyond me. So it's just quite daft that someone would say that the last time I was in the north, I had mammoths on a raft when there were 4 other people. As Sir Baron himself admitted, he ran into me and 4 of my people.
Indeed. Did they have any animals with them, Baron?
Just the horses, Lord Commander.
Well, I
They
don't think
seem
they'll be
kind
able
of
to get the
heavy and
horses.
slow.
You mean as though we were full of crystal oil and penguin
Yeah.
fat?
I mean, I don't believe they could get 2 mammoths and all the horses on. They would have had to do multiple trips if they did. I mean, which still is a possibility, but I don't know. Someone is aiding these wildlings to bring these mammoths south of the wall, though. We need to find out who.
Yes, Lord Commander, someone is aiding them, and the only reports we have are from the Iron Claw. Is that not correct?
Indeed, and it does fall into the Vale's territory, so I went to seek an audience with them, but their gates were shut.
Well, Lord Commander, I will give you your audience as Lady of the Vale.
Lady of the Vale? Since when?
That's fun.
Since his lord and I were married before a maester yesterday in the presence of several others.
If this is
Presence
true,
of who?
why has
If
it
it's
not been
true-
announced?
Because we prefer to keep private matters private.
Why would a Lord of the Vale be wed to a peasant?
Because of certain charms and things I have to offer him that obviously no one else can. The man is
No,
not
Baron.
stupid.
The lady is strong in her own right. Any peasant or no, blood or no.
And as the king will hear it from my mouth soon enough, as well as Lord Vincent's, the Vale is now known as the Iron Vale. Will not be known for the weakness that was pastly known of.
Well, that changes a lot of things then. My lady, this is now a political matter. We won't be getting involved. I'm sure I'll have to inform the king, but in good faith I'll let you inform him of your marriage first.